Tonight, we present a definitive cut of Universe Mode's most consequential pivots across WWE Raw, TNA Impact, and WCW Nitro. John Cena's heel turn and the locker room reset it triggered, WWE's acquisition of TNA, and the roster and title realignments that followed, the ECW invasion of WWF, plus select classics from WWE that reshaped factions, championships, and careers.
But before Mysterio could enjoy the fruits of his labor, Joe Hendry struck. Out of nowhere, the TNA standout made his Raw debut with a vicious ambush, flooring Mysterio with authority. And then, shockingly, Cross, the man who'd just lost moments earlier, joined in. From the crowd emerged Santana, still listed as a TNA exclusive talent, and yet here he was, crossing company lines and laying into a WWE Hall of Famer without consequence. It was brutal, but the crowd still held out hope when R-Truth and Ethan Page came sprinting down the ramp, only for that hope to be crushed. In a swerve no one saw coming, both Truth and Page turned on Ray. What we witnessed wasn't just a post-match attack, it was a message. Cross picked up a microphone. Every man you see standing beside me tonight was once given a chance by TNA, a real chance. Not just a role, not just a spot on the card, a platform and a purpose. WWE never understood us. They tolerated us and used us, gave us moments but never meaning. But TNA saw the future in us. And now, that future is here. The crowd began to stir, some cheering, some unsure. Cross stepped forward, pacing slowly as he pointed to each man around him, each one nodding silently. You think this ends with us? This is just the beginning. More are coming. More who remember where they came from. TNA isn't dead. TNA didn't get absorbed. TNA is rising. You'll see them walk out that door and walk straight into Impact on Sci-Fi. The line had been drawn, and for the first time in years, the letters
This
TNA...
is like a lion, a tiger, and a chihuahua standing at a crossroads. Truth thought he was getting called up to the big leagues. He didn't realize he walked into a mafia meeting without an invitation. Oh man, no, not like this. The Rock doesn't do charity. The Rock doesn't do tag teams. The Rock does power. And right now he's looking at R-Truth like he's the last slice of pie that
It's
somehow...
the last ride and seems poised for victory. In an outrageous debut, the highly unpredictable Sabu makes his presence felt by ambushing The Undertaker, disrupting the match, and leaving chaos in his wake. Paul Heyman, watching from the stage, applauds the chaos unfolding in the ring. The question lingers, could this be the beginning of a new alliance with The Rock defecting to ECW?
We should stay away from the fire, because once it starts, it doesn't just burn, it consumes.
Well, Randy Orton doesn't look too concerned, does he? Smirking, laughing it off, the classic Orton. He thinks this is all just another scare tactic by Bo Dallas. Wait a minute, look out, Randy. Oh man, we did not expect this. Oh my God, choke slam. A thunderous choke slam by Eric Rowan. First Bo Dallas with that cryptic message. Now Rowan returning out of nowhere to take out the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me for the interruption. I have an announcement to make. I have finalized the blockbuster signing. A game-changing superstar is now part of the SmackDown roster. And I've decided that this match, yes, this match right here for the championship, will now be a triple threat match.
For the love of God, it's HBK. Shawn Michaels has joined SmackDown, and this match is now a triple threat match. Kane cannot believe what he's witnessing, and neither can we.
Jerry Lynn heads to the supermarket to buy a celebratory six-pack of Sprite. Jerry Lynn was then ambushed inside the store, and the assailant is none other than the 500-pound Big Show. In the end, The Big Show emerges victorious, becoming the new hardcore champ. Members of the WWE locker room who've rushed out. Chaos spilling outside the barricades. Inside the ring, the referee is doing everything he can to keep this from imploding. And then, a moment that will go down in history. Jeff Hardy, but not the Hardy you remember. This is not the charismatic enigma of old. This is the Antichrist of professional wrestling. Cold eyes and unhinged energy. The last time the world saw this version of Jeff Hardy, he was spiraling, out of control. And now, he's back. As the dust settled from the inconclusive main event, O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo entered the scene, capitalizing on the chaos to launch a 3-on-1 attack on Kevin Nash. But then, Scott Hall, making a dramatic return after a 2-year absence, stormed the ring with a kendo stick in hand. Hall's unexpected entrance marked the reunion of the Outsiders, as he and Nash joined forces to fend off O'Hare and Palumbo. The fans in attendance erupted in cheers at the sight of the Outsiders back together.
Braun Strowman now putting himself between Orton and the Wyatts. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Orton just got chokeslammed off the cell through the announce table. Braun Strowman, he wasn't here to save Randy. He was here to serve Uncle Howdy, to serve Bo Dallas, to serve the Wyatt Six. Oh my God, this is not just about a championship. This is ritualistic. Uncle Howdy treating Randy Orton's broken body like a puppet. Top of the world. The Wyatt Six have conquered WrestleMania. Randy Orton gave everything he had, but the darkness was too intense. Hogan's not wasting any time. He's jumping on his Harley. He's leaving the arena. But will he make it? Can Hogan get there in time? Hogan now running into some difficulty getting this bike started. Somebody please help this man. Hogan just won the biggest match of his career. But now he's watching the Hulkamania Kingdom be turned into a raging inferno.
The ounce of strength he had left, and the unthinkable seemed on the verge of happening. Tears streamed down his face. And in a dramatic visual, snot shot out of his nose as he desperately clawed at the mat. Sensing the end of Umaga's reign, Cena had him trapped with nowhere to go, and the champion looked ready to tap at any moment. But just as the unthinkable was about to happen, Armando struck again. Cena, visibly frustrated, turned his attention to Estrada, momentarily releasing the hold. Like a man possessed, Cena chased Estrada around ringside, the crowd erupting as they sensed the manager was about to pay the price for his constant interference, screaming down pure, unfiltered rage. But while Cena was caught up in the moment, the game was lying in wait. Out of nowhere, Triple H struck. With his signature sledgehammer in hand, the cerebral assassin smashed Cena in the back with a devastating blow, bringing the former champion to his knees. With John Cena incapacitated on the outside, Triple H turned his attention to the one man standing between him and the WWE title, the undefeated champion. But Umaga had other plans. With uncanny speed, the champion dodged the sledgehammer shot and delivered a devastating Samoan spike. The impact echoed through the arena, and the game crumpled to the mat. Against all odds, Umaga retains his championship, cementing his status once again. The Samoan bulldozer remains undefeated when the ECW icon, the Sandman, makes a dramatic entrance through the crowd. Armed with his signature Singapore cane, Sandman launches a ruthless assault on Kane and Undertaker, causing a disqualification and giving the victory to the Brothers of Destruction. The chaos spills beyond the confines of the ring, with brawls erupting all over the arena and even backstage. The tension reaches its peak when Sandman steals Undertaker's iconic motorbike and races it to the back. But the surprises aren't over yet. Paul Heyman enters the scene and signals to the back, unleashing Team ECW for the Invasion pay-per-view. One by one, the members of Team ECW emerge, each adding a layer of uncertainty to the impending showdown. Heyman promises one more shocking member to be revealed at Invasion, leaving the WWF roster and fans alike in anticipation of...
Oh my God, oh no! Kane viciously throws Brock right into the steel steps. Listen to that impact.
Oh, he's starting to move now. I thought maybe he was out.
No! No! Oh my God! What a rough landing for Brock.
Punk was on fire. But momentum only lasts so long. The numbers caught up and TNA began to swarm him, until the crowd roared. Nick Aldis appeared. The former SmackDown GM, dressed in a sharp suit, calmly walked to the ring. The arena froze. No one knew what side he was on. He stepped into the chaos and stood between Punk and the TNA attackers. For a heartbeat, it looked like he might bring order, and then he turned around and dropped Punk with pure precision. The air was sucked out of the arena. The crowd erupted in shock. Aldis, the former TNA World Champion, had just made his allegiance clear. He stood over Punk, buttoned his jacket, and picked up a mic. You wanted answers? Here's one. I'm not here to manage WWE egos anymore. I'm not here to babysit networks or answer to executives. I'm the general manager of TNA now, and next week, I make my first official announcement. The crowd was still processing what they'd witnessed when the screen cut to black. TNA standing tall, Punk laid out, and Nick Aldis now holding power not just in the ring, but behind the scenes. TNA isn't just invading.
And there it is, of course. Theory turns his back on the moment. Wait a minute. From behind, Cena. No, come on! John Cena with a cheap shot from behind. AJ never saw it coming. This is disgusting. This is calculated. This is exactly what Cena said he'd be. Opportunistic, selfish, and dangerous. Wait a second. And look at Cena. Look at his face. That's not the confident, smug manipulator we saw earlier. That's a man who knows the nightmare is coming for him. Cody's in pursuit. John Cena is running for his life. See you later. Cody came to Raw for retribution, but tonight Cena lives to run another day. But you better believe this isn't over, not by a long shot.
And he knew it could only be healed through fire and pain.
For the love of God, would you look at that?
Inside these pages are the names, the ones who must be judged, the ones who must be sacrificed for WWE to be reborn. And Randy Orton, your name is at the top of the list. You burned the Fiend. You tried to erase him, but you can't kill what was never alive in the first place. You only fed the fire. The judgment has already begun, and one by one, every name in this book will fall,
leaving The Rock to fend off the onslaught from ECW alone. Despite his valiant efforts, The Rock finds himself surrounded and overpowered by the ECW contingent. Suddenly, the arena erupts as Stone Cold Steve Austin makes a dramatic return, entering the ring seemingly to back up his old rival. The crowd is on its feet. However, Stone Cold delivers a Stone Cold Stunner, leaving The Rock out for the count. With the crowd in disbelief, Stone Cold exits the ring, allowing Rob Van Dam to capitalize, securing the victory and becoming the undisputed champion, with both the WWF and ECW titles in his possession. Crowd went quiet as he raised the mic, locking eyes with the hard cam. I've talked to Pierce, and I've been informed, finally, that my opponent at SummerSlam will be the leader of TNA. But here's the thing, I don't fight shadows. I don't fight masked mobs. I don't fight ghosts. If this war's real, then step into the light. And yeah, it's gonna be a double title match. My World Heavyweight Championship and your TNA title. Winner takes all. But here's all the motivation I need when I beat your so-called leader. When I hold that TNA title high, I'm not keeping it. I'm gonna drop it in a trash can on live TV, right here, in this ring, right where it belongs. Then, everything changed. From behind, a masked figure slid into the ring, silent and dangerous. Punk never saw it coming. One brutal shot to the back of the head dropped him flat, then, slowly, pulled the mask off. AJ Styles. The crowd exploded. Years of history, tension, legacy, all converging in that single moment. Styles looked down at Punk with hate in his eyes, then grabbed him. Styles clash. The leader of TNA has revealed himself. At SummerSlam, it's AJ Styles versus CM Punk. Title for title. Legacy versus... In the closing moments, a pivotal sequence unfolded. Kevin Nash executed a jackknife powerbomb, sending Sean O'Haire crashing impactfully through a table. Nash and Scott Hall locked eyes inside the steel structure, setting the stage for a crucial moment. Just as Booker T was rising to his feet and preparing to re-enter the ring, Nash made a surprising decision. He turned and went after Booker, leaving Hall to capitalize on the opportunity. With Nash's unexpected assist, Scott Hall seized the moment and hit the razor's edge on Sean O'Haire, securing the pinfall and winning his first ever WCW Heavyweight Championship. The victory marked a highly emotional moment as Nash allowed Hall to finally realize his dream of becoming a world champion in front of his hometown. The unpredictable twists and turns of the Anarchy Asylum match provided a fitting conclusion to a monumental night in WCW history and hit BFT on the reset. And just like that, LA Knight wins the Slim Jim Invitational. With the confetti raining down, Triple H stepped in to present the giant Slim Jim branded check for $1 million. Knight raised it high, confidence, momentum, and a tournament crown to match.